All right.
We're live!
Ah! Oh man, I genuinely do feel slightly nervous. Like I know I've DM things for us, plenty in the interim, but like I haven't done one like this in a while, and it's been some time. And so if Joe, gotta get the nerves out. Let's do this.
Over 3 years since the last long form.
I know it's intimidating, man, but I'm really excited, and I'm glad y'all are excited too. We're gonna do it. Before we get into any of the stuff in Roll20, we're gonna go to good old Watch Together. We haven't done that in a while because I got a video that's gonna start the campaign.
Prologue.
A little tone setter kind of thing.
Oh, is this a
Should I
video?
pause the music?
It is.
Okay,
Yeah,
hold
I'd
on.
pause I would pause the music.
How do I? Oh, right. This is synced though, right?
Yeah. So everyone will come in, and then when I hit play, we'll all go together. Basically.
Okay. Let me see if I can get this like on the
Yeah. Do what you gotta do for
screen
layout.
right. Okay. Oh my god. Shut up. Okay. There we God damn
All
it.
right, cool. So I will couch this we'll throw this just before it even starts by saying it's all just like stock footage stuff. Some of it really works. Some of it is the closest thing I can find to, non-existent things. But I hope you all enjoy. And Artem, you let me know whenever you're ready, because I believe I'm hitting play on my end.
Okay. It'll just take me 1 second because it's
No worries.
a little wonky.
Yeah, it's all good.
As long as it's not Will Smith eating spaghetti, I think we're okay.
Did you see he actually recreated that?
Yeah.
He was like, "We've come so far."
That's hot.
Oh man.
I think this will work. All right. Try that.
All right. Well, if not, like you could always just put it in the playlist too,
That's true.
I'll give you the link to it. Okay. Well, yeah, I think if I hit play, it goes for everybody. So here we go.
Terratia, a land on the cusp of greatness. History tells us how it achieved such might, but it is a tale of sacrifice. In the time that preceded, known as Before the Breaking, the god giant Ilmater ruled over the land, meting out justice and treating all citizens with kindness and benevolence, until the great slime Ganador appeared from the sea. Ganador swept across the land with nothing but destruction in its path as it gobbled up town after town, citizen after citizen. Ilmater stopped Ganador the only way he could, by absorbing the slime itself. This put an end to the destruction, but it cost Ilmater his own life. The absorption caused his body to shatter, splitting into pieces that scattered across the land. That was before the breaking. Now, it is after. Ilmater's severed head sits in Talaport, where the monarchy consults with it for advice from beyond the grave. His right arm holds a massive, ever-burning torch in Cold Pass, welcoming travelers to the freezing lands of Norsword. His right leg is held in a ziggurat in Capua, kept out of the public eye entirely, and his torso is in the possession of Emperor Ganrak the 22nd, who had it reduced and tanned into a stone-fleshed plate of armor, an act that many consider blasphemous. As for the remaining 2 limbs, their whereabouts are unknown. Is this truly a land of peace? Or is it simply held in the hands of mutually assured destruction with these broken body parts of a god? Terratia, a land on the cusp of greatness, or is it the edge of destruction?
Very Game of Thronesy.
All right.
Yeah. So that's that. Yeah, you can tell I was playing Elden Ring when I thought about this. And everybody just ignore the typo. It's 22nd, not 12. So anyways, okay. So, yeah, that's a little bit of a tone setter for this. And it's a good question, Ryan.
Where'd the dick go?
We're gonna answer that. Tell you what, we're gonna cross that bridge when we come to it.
Oh my god!
Ryan's asking the important questions.
Sid, that better be on your what's the obsidian board? I need that on your
Where did the dick go?
yeah, please.
Ilmater's dick, question
Here,
mark?
right here, right here.
Then when we get in like another year or two, when it's like here are the unresolved plot threads, where that dick go?
I mean, perhaps it's telling that it wasn't worth mentioning.
Ooh.
I never said he had descendants. That's fair.
I got blown up. Give me a break.
I sacrificed my life and you're making fun of my peen?
I'm dying up here.
I treated you with benevolence. Please respond.
Fucking died.
All right, if the first episode of this campaign is called "Where the Dick Go," I'm okay with it.
Where that dick at?
Oh man! All right, so yeah, so that's a little bit of background on the land. That all happened 2,024 years ago in this world, but that's the world we've been in ever since. And now, yeah, you have sort of these 4 regions or kingdoms, well, you know, whatever you want to call them, countries, dominions, whatever. And that's where we're going to begin. So you all are here in Teleport, City of the Empress, which is the capital city of Pentaclea. And
that one has which of the body parts again?
That one has the head.
Okay.
So yeah, it's this concept of like the severed head is there, and from time to time they just go and they cast Speak with the Dead to be like, what would you do in this situation? Because of course, as per the rules of of Speak with the Dead, it only knows what happened up till it died, of course. So it's not like it's still ruling, right? But it's it's like an 8-ball with more steps.
Wait, so they actually talk to it?
Yeah.
Oh
So,
God,
They keep a severed head and they talk to it.
He's
fucked
like,
up.
please let me rest. He's
Right.
like, damn it. Should I have tacos or soup for lunch?
Yeah. Let me
So
tell
wait,
you what.
has no one ever gone to it and be Speak with the Dead? So where'd your dick go?
I don't
That is what we will do.
Board, please.
Now that we know we can talk with it, that is what we will do.
Yes, derail the campaign.
Remember, folks. You can think of every situation you think will happen in your head, but your party will immediately ask where the penis of the governing deity went.
I'm sorry. I waited for the video to end. I once we were in.
I saw you turn. I was like, what does he have to say? And his penis is in the ocean. All right. So, yeah, you all are in Teleport. This is just a nice shot of the party here, which will, maybe morph over time. We shall see. Certainly when Andrew is here in May, he'll be joining us. Should be good. So that's y'all. Let's start this. Let's start this thing off for real. So here's a nice little shot of Teleport, which is it's the capital city. It's a port city, so of course we have our docks, we have our noble and our royal section, we have middle class sections, we have the run down parts of the city. Everything you would expect to see in your typical fantasy town is here, and of course, very big trade center too, being that it's a port city. Port City also, of course, can bring a lot of people in, which is important because as we are beginning this campaign, it is the day of the coronation of the new king. The preceding king passed away, I think, 7 years ago, and his son just came of age, so it's a big deal. They're going to crown this new king. As such, people from all over are here to experience the event. It's a big thing, right? There's money to be made. There's fun to be had. There's things popping off in the streets when you have a royal event like this. And that's not just folks from this region. That's from across the whole continent. Not like across the world, but within this continent. So everything you saw on that world map, there's folks from all around who are here because it's an important thing. And so we are going to zoom in on that coronation, kind of the downtown-ish part of the city. The castle itself would maybe just be just off screen, of the image you're seeing here. But to paint the picture, like I said, there's stuff going on. There are booths, so there are merchants selling their wares. That could be food, that could be goods, that could be services. There are people recruiting for new groups. There's all sorts of business to be had. And so we're just going to go, I think, across the screen here, because part of the business that's happening is security. And Azov and 8-9 have actually both been hired as temporary security for this event. There's a lot of important people here, so it's important to keep them all safe. So as we kind of zoom in a little bit, by one of, not necessarily the main castle gate, but by one of the entrances that would be around, the what do you want to call it? The fortress wall. Azov and 8-9 are standing guard. And so, Ryan, if you want to describe sort of what folks would see if they were to look at Azov, maybe what he's doing as he's watching. What do people see?
Do you want a hero forge to blow up on the big screen so everyone can see?
Yeah. Let me. I would already have it in here. I should already have it in here. So, you can talk away, and I will just drop it in.
Yes. So my character Azov, or Azov, I haven't decided yet, is a trident. He is wearing heavy armor. He is wearing currently chainmail armor. On his right hand, he's carrying a golden tipped trident. It sparkles in the shining daylight. On his left arm, he is carrying a shield. The shield itself is made out of the great spiked shell of a once fearsome tortoise or sea turtle.
Is it sunny?
It might be sunny, actually. I'm sorry, bud.
Damn.
But yeah, you can see his outfit. It is bright. It is glowing. It's got colors and details and all kinds of beautiful arrangements and things like this. His hair is actually not hair. It is more akin to a sea anemone, kind of like constantly wet and flowing a little bit. He has long, like aqua or like a marine style flippery kind of ears. His eyes are a golden hue with a black shrilla, I believe that word is. But
yeah, I've never known how to pronounce that either.
Shrilla?
Oh,
Sclera?
No, I know the word you're thinking of. Yeah.
Yeah, the white part? Yeah, sclera.
Oh, maybe I'm thinking of something else, but yeah, there you go.
But yes, but probably more so than all of that, is his unrelenting, confident attitude and pride. Pride in just himself. He is looking around. He has a big, grinning smile on his face. He looks over to 8-9. It's like, I want to thank you again for getting me on this gig. The coffers have been a little empty as of late, but that is all going to change today. I am confident I will find a new patron who appreciates the finer things in life.
And if you want to take over for him there, Artem, what do folks see when they look at 8-9?
So completely stoic. It's unclear if he was even paying attention to Azov as he spoke. But this is a air genasi. He's got not like finer clothing or anything like that. Very basic, almost peasant-y type clothes on, leather armor on over top of it. He has a bow strapped to his back and a long sword as well, or actually, I think short sword, quiver of arrows. It's very clear he is a fighter by trade, whether does various things like that. His skin is pale blue, and his hair is a little bit of a darker blue. But what's interesting about it is that it does that thing where like hair does in water, where anytime he moves, it just sort of like, wisps a little bit into that direction and follows along, harkening back to his heritage.
Heritage?
Yes, held in his hair. Other than that, there's not much to say about him because he doesn't say much. He stays on watch, has his arms crossed, and he's waiting to get paid for the day. And he just sort of responds, and that's pretty much all Azov gets out of the man.
Classic 8-9.
So as the two of you are standing there watching, and I'll make sure I touch on everyone here, but as the two of you are standing there watching, of course there's plenty of people who go by. It's a busy street. You're seeing plenty of folks, but one individual walks up and is just kind of going to stare at the door you two were guarding. This redheaded woman with a lot of scars across one side of her body is going to walk up and just kind of contemplate the door you're guarding. Actually, pretty much with this expression you see here on the page, just kind of staring at it for what feels like probably a bit too long.
Excuse me, ma'am. Yes. Sorry, I'm gonna have to ask you to keep moving. No loitering. Other laws and such.
Oh, my stuff. My Firefox just crashed. Sorry. Give me 1 second. At least you guys can still see everything. Probably gonna have to update that. She's just kind of staring at the door. It kind of takes her a moment to kind of process that she was just spoken to, right? She's just gonna. Yes, I'm sorry. I was just admiring the architecture. It's so chic and regal, the entire palace estate, no?
Yes, power is quite beautiful. I hope to have something like this for myself one day, but, it's a long, long way away. For now, anyways. But, yes, so, is there anything I can help you with? Maybe directions? Somewhere else.
While Azov is talking to her, can I insight her to see, is she scoping it?
Absolutely. Go ahead.
The way
first official roll of the campaign.
Is she scoping it out the way 8-9 would?
You get more of a sense of not a criminal casing the joint. You get more of a sense of a longing or a yearning for this.
Oh.
Oh, I do have yearning now.
Yeah, right.
That was weird.
Did you quit out by accident?
No, it spat me out as if I did. Just shot me back out of the call for some reason automatically. That was really weird. I didn't press anything. Anyways,
it's always the first day you're DMing that everything technically goes wrong. Yeah.
It doesn't appear.
It was. I know, right? I thought it was about to update on me because it was doing a little spin. I was like, right now. Okay. So to answer your question, Artem, to re-answer, it's not like a criminal casing the joint to you. It seems more like a genuine, there's a look of longing in her eyes as she's staring at the building. Mostly the door, but the building overall.
Did you want to do anything else, Artem?
No, sorry. He'll stay quiet in that case.
Okay. Well, to everything, Azov or Azov, let me know when you finalize the pronunciation because I'll make sure I say it right.
It's like Azov.
Azov, okay. I'm gonna have to remember that because I keep saying it incorrectly. So she looks over at Azov after you said what you said, and she'll just respond with, I don't know, it may be closer than you think. And then she'll give not a full-on smile, but just the kind of nod and smirk to the side, and then she will walk away. She'll be on her way.
8-9, did you just hear that? You think maybe she's a witch that will grant me wishes? I think there's a possibility. It was very cryptic. Maybe I'm about to come into fortune very soon. I think that was a good sign. I think that's a good sign for us. You and me, buddy. We're going to the top. It's going to be outrageous.
Is there a clock tower he can look at? Like, how much longer do I have on this shift?
It's probably like direct, almost eye line, like in your line of sight, because you're in like a town square kind of thing.
He's just thinking like 3 more hours. 3 more hours.
This reminds me of the another time I was doing guard duty, and I'm just going to Azov's going to keep going.
So you trail off, and as we kind of pan down from the clock tower, we got to pan down for a while because we're coming down to a smaller in stature character, Bo, and
played a short character once.
I was gonna say short jokes already. First introduction. Now I know.
Way microscopically small.
So yeah, we're gonna scroll down, and what do we see there?
Yeah. So I imagine he looks kind of like Child Link with a shield on his back, with a blue tunic. But yeah, he's got lots of leathers, and everything. He fancies himself fairly stylish. He's got I need to update that token because his tail isn't quite that long. He's got a little puffy deer tail kind of thing out in the back. He's got some horns, and he keeps the hammer kind of tucked in. There's also some bagpipes tucked in. A lot's tucked in behind his big shield that goes on his back. So he's just kind of grooving along. He's finding some street performers that are doing some music. He's just kind of grooving to it. He's lighting one up. Yeah. And he's just grooving. It's just like, good time.
Yeah, no, I'm glad you're grooving because I know you mentioned he's got sort of penchant for music, right? Mm-hmm. Fancies himself. What were you saying? Barbarian? That's what he likes to call himself?
That's what he identifies as, yeah.
All right. Well, it's good because, there's definitely rather close to him is our some musicians, some bards playing. And specifically one of them is, I'm sorry, not playing, but sort of next to the stage wearing the like sandwich board kind of sign. It's a big sign that says, "Ask me about the new Bards Guild," is a goblin with some bagpipes.
He's going to go over and he's just going to start listening to him, just kind of like get up close, start like getting to the beat, just kind of getting into it. Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And then this goblin's going to kind of sidle over. I hear it looks like you're enjoying the music there, pal.
Oh, hell yeah. Got some bagpipes of my own.
How do ya? You ever fancy playing those bagpipes with a group?
Maybe. What kind of group you talking about there? You got some kind of bard guild?
Well, yes, I don't have, suppose you'd say a band of my own. But I am the newest member of the up-and-coming Bards Guild. There are lots of us out there across Terratia, and somebody thought it would be a good idea to bring us all under one banner, you know?
That's really cool. I'm not really the dues-paying type, but I appreciate what you're doing. If you got any gigs around, I'll sure check you out.
Well, that's, we'll keep it in mind. Can I take down maybe some information, something like that, to pass it along?
Absolutely not.
Okay, well, I guess if you see one of our booths, you could maybe give the information there.
Not so much giving them my information, but if you got something to share, why don't you go ahead and share it?
Well, it's just, that's how you would join the guild, is so we could, contact you.
I'm not so sure I want to be contacted. I'll swoop about a bit later, if you don't mind. Not so keen on sharing my information right away.
All right, that's fine. Well, if you...
Music's supposed to be free, I'm not trying to join big organizations. If you got a band, then maybe I'll take a look at that. But anything more than 4 people, no, it's too much.
4 people. Got it. Okay, well, if I see you around, then we'll talk some more.
Sounds good.
All right, you enjoy your time.
He's going to immediately try to get to anyone else who's not trying to get him to sign up for stuff.
Yeah. Well, actually, to your if you kind of turn away from him, to your directly on your other side is another person who seems to be enjoying the music, and it is a ooh, sorry, let me get on the right layer here. It is a redheaded woman with some scars who also seems to be quite enjoying the music. She seems to be grooving as well.
I go over to look at her, look like she's had some tough days. I just offer a joint.
She'll look at it. Oh, people don't normally offer me much. Thank you. She'll take it and. Whew. I haven't had pipe weed in some time. She'll hand it back.
Oh yeah, this here's long bottom leaf. It's good stuff.
Well, thank you. It's pretty good music, isn't it?
Yeah, it's pretty good. I'm having a good time. How about you?
I'm having a time of sorts, I guess. I can't help but wonder, if it sounds this good out here, just imagine the music they have, in there, in the actual castle where the important stuff's happening.
Oh yeah, I mean that's probably where all the stiffs do. They're like oh, hey, oh. But here's what's really banging. I like being out here with the people. You know what I'm saying?
I get it. Yeah, definitely seems a lot. I would guess it's a lot freer out here. Yeah.
Hell yeah! But hey, if we have all this happening out here because of the stiffs over in there, that's still it's still worthwhile because hey, it's happening here.
They do say it's a benevolent one, this whole rule, don't they?
That's what they say, I mean, I guess times are good enough.
Good enough. Sure. Yeah, I guess, you asked me how I'm doing. Good enough. I think that would be my answer.
Fair enough. All right, well, you enjoy yourself now.
Hey, you too.
Oh, but
Thank
hey,
you again.
you know of anything fun happening around here? I'm just kind of coasting around.
Well, I mean, take your pick. I saw some folks throwing darts over there. Someone was smashing fruit over there. Seemed to be
smashing fruit sounds fun. I got my own hammer and everything. And he's gonna chart off.
All right, you do that. And she's gonna go off on her way. And we come to our fourth party member, Sid. If you would like to describe Henry, aka Henrietta, and here's your piece of art as well.
Standing probably in like the thickest bits of the crowd, we have Henrietta, who is not wearing her typical armor. She's dressed for the occasion, like a nice skirt, bodice, and a blouse, maybe some jewelry that's more flashy than it is valuable. Looking at her, she's got some crookedness to like the bridge of her nose, like maybe it's been broken a couple times but not mended properly. A couple of scars like dotting her face, her hands, nothing too overly large and grotesque, but some probably still tell stories of shoddy stitch jobs. And there's even like a little bit of discoloration under her left eye that's been covered up but not totally hidden away by makeup. And as she stands in the thick of the crowd, she's pretending to be bopping along to the music, but her eyes are flicking from person to person. There's the occasional stumble as if maybe drunk with, having enjoying the festivities, tripping into people on purpose and maybe like flittering away before an altercation starts. And she kind of has weaved herself back and forth between the crowds in such a manner. And she's taking a rest.
Okay. The sort of like fake bumping into people, what's the motivation there? Are you looking to snatch some purses?
Yes, but it's not just I'm gonna stumble into this totally sober individual who's got his wits about him. It's I stumble, you stumble, like kind of gauging their reaction time, gauging how well like they're able to stay on their feet, and then maybe picking that mark and following them if it's a favorable result.
Okay. Well, I would say actually kind of just right under your portrait here, there's a lady doing maybe a little shopping for these looking at these vases here, and she's kind of stooped over looking at them. And when she stands up, it's the same kind of move of just like got a little dizzy there. Whew. I think I'm hitting the L a little too much today, sister. What you say? Maybe shopping when I'm in a fog ain't the best move, huh? Anyways, you make great stuff there. Maybe I'll buy some later when I'm got more of my wits about me, as they say. And she will do the same, kind of like sort of stumble away from those pots and vases she was looking at.
We are casually following, being mindful of wandering eyes, more in particular that of like guardsmen or like authority figures that can do bad things. By bad things, I mean arrest her.
Sure. Give me a perception roll.
Sure. Oh no, that's not great.
You feel fairly confident that that there's a window of opportunity that you could get away with it. Should you choose?
Anything on her person that would be like worth like she got like a bracelet or just like that coin purse or.
I'm glad you asked. She does not have her wits about her, as she said. And when she was kind of bent over, you noticed sort of just under sort of like this kind of smock, you could see it sticking out was a small coin purse. Not anything large or flashy, but there's a small coin purse there.
To stumble, and we're going to like, oh, pardon me, like trying to keep her upright as well during the stumble. Like catching her and like as an excuse to like I put hands on like, hey, I'll go for it, I guess.
All right,
and
yeah,
if
that'd
I
be a sleight of
don't, I'm gonna get arrested in the first 30 minutes.
It's now a jailbreak campaign.
Arrested speedrun challenge.
Let's go.
That
25.
plus 12.
Yeah.
Remind me, you have an item for that, right? That
My
makes
gloves
it like real
of
good.
thievery. They are, just for like public knowledge, when worn, they are invisible. So they're like not easily detected, but they do give me quite the bump on sleight of hand.
Cool. Well, I'm gonna let you know. I rolled her at a disadvantage because she's a little inebriated, and she rolled a 6 and a 5. So, are you attempting to fish something out of the purse, or just take the whole thing?
I might just take the whole thing.
Okay. If you want to take the whole thing, it will have. I rolled a D6. There is 5 gold in there.
Goodbye, everybody.
All right, you got 5 gold. And as you turn around, you see. Tell me if you've heard this before. A redheaded woman with scars, who is now looking at you as you were counting the coin you just snatched. Oh, suddenly I can't hear whatever you just said.
Good day.
She looks
Can I
at
help
you.
you?
Oh. No, just walking around, observing. Hey, and she kind of points to, we've all got to do what we got to do to get by, right?
You could say that.
Mm-hmm.
Does she like? Is she a narc?
If you want to roll a narc check, you can.
Narc check. That's 1 JD 20. Hold up. Narc check.
You're not really sure. I mean, based on the 5, that's like, if she's a street clothes person or like undercover, like she definitely has, like, she could get away with it. She's got a vibe. But either way, She looks at you and just, I understand. We've all been there. And then she will just turn and leave.
As she turns to go, I'm gonna flick one of the coins at her that I got for being a good sport.
She catches it. If I could pay you back in the near future, I certainly will. Who would I give the IOU to?
Call me Henry.
Nice to meet you, Henry. She slips the coin in her pocket and turns and leaves.
I didn't get your name. Okay, bye.
All right. So, as those events have happened, it seems the coronation inside is wrapping up because no matter where you guys are standing in the crowd now, you're going to hear a lot of cheers and applause because now sort of, with these sorts of events, right? There's like the stuff that happens inside and then everybody comes out on like that big balcony so everybody can like see them publicly, So that's what's going to happen here. Folks are going to start coming out into the public eye. And it's a pretty long procession of people, certainly more than who I'm going to show you on this screen. Yes, Artem, that's totally fine. I have no issue with that. If anybody wants if there's starting gear you don't necessarily want for your character and you'd rather trade that for starting gold value, totally fine with me. There's sort of a procession of folks exiting. So, like I said, there's more than you even see on this screen. Sure. I'm not going to talk about every single person on this screen. There's certainly no need to, but just to give the idea and to give sort of an overview of who's exiting the building, here's what you will see. I will name the few that everybody would know for sure. And if you're curious about some others, we can get into that. But as is, these are going to be the folks you see exiting out onto that balcony. And I sort of color coordinated which part, which part of the map they'd be from. As far as folks that you for sure need to know, and if there's others you're curious about, like I said, we'll talk about them. But the ones you'd for sure need to know, the top left up here, we have the Prince. We have Prince Arterian Shore, and he is he would be the last one out in this case, right? Because they kind of move up in importance as they exit the building. But he'd be the one to come out, and he is now wearing the crown on his head. Coming out with him is his mother. His mother, Ileana Shore, who was the Queen Regent when he was growing up until he came of age. You would also know his uncle. This is Rayland Shore, who's just sort of an advisor.
A vizier?
Yeah. You could say that. He's in.
Did we lose Tony?
We might have.
Uh-oh.
I'm just saying it now. I don't trust the bald vizier, guys.
I never do, right? He's gonna describe him as he comes out with a staff that has a snake at the top of it. And he's like, hold on.
Tony said he got a blue screen.
Oh no.
Oh no. Oh. Well, it looks like we're taking an early bio break.
All right. Well, I'll switch us over to the Be Right Back screen.
were you on a break screen?
Yeah, I was on a break. There we go. Now we're back.
Okay. Yeah. Enough penis talk. All right.
No such
No,
thing.
man, the universe is just against this campaign, guys. I don't know what to say. Anyways, all right. So I think we left off. I was answering, your question, Ryan, about this very kindly looking gentleman. I don't know why you would suspect anything of him being an advisor.
Yeah,
And
it's
then,
like, is he the vizier?
Yeah. And then to answer, now that we're back on the question, Ryan, the idea of the torso being melted down into armor, the thought was like, like the skin was removed from it and tanned in the same way you would tan an animal hide, and literally turned into like this magical leather armor.
Jeez.
Yeah. I should actually probably show a picture of Ilmater too, because he was like
Yeah, that might be helpful.
Yeah, I should just do that. Do I not? Have I not uploaded one? All right, I'll put it up. I'll put him up on a different page later, but just so you get a quick glimpse of him now. Where is he?
I'm sorry, I don't know how to spell any of these names.
There you go. That's Ilmater.
Oh
Oh, damn.
God.
Yeah, no, he's literally just a giant dude.
I think he's the closest thing to D&D Jesus.
Kind of D and Jesus.
Yeah, Dean Jesus.
So that's what he looked like, and he was a giant.
Okay.
So there you go.
Okay.
And dude on the bottom left is currently wearing that man's skin as armor. So there you go. Here, I'll fix that one for you. And not that any of your PCs would necessarily know, but you might recognize the rich prick from the one 2-shot we did, and then one of these sort of wardens of the land as well. These folks here are the parents of actually a character Andrew played in that same one. But are there? Yeah. We saw Hebert a moment ago too, which was, there you go. I think you were adjusting a camera or something, Artem, but yes, Hebert was there, hawking the guild.
Habit.
Yes. So is there anyone else anyone's curious about on this, or is there like a would I know this person or not kind of thing anybody wants? Because like I said, I'm not just going to spill out a bunch of names.
Do we know that Santa's real?
Yeah, who's that?
Oh yeah, you've heard of a holiday celebrated in the North by a Santa-like figure. Yeah.
Is it only celebrated in North, or is it celebrated everywhere?
Only celebrated in the North.
Okay.
So we
Who are the
might not be
monkeys?
familiar with Saint Bricolas.
You would not be, but he's going to be invited. So the monkeys, we've got 2 monkeys, and then I believe these are 2 bugbears, specifically that I grabbed. Those are all chiefs of the southern lands. Little more nomadic. Each tribe is kind of self-governing, but these are these are chiefs of those respective tribes down there. Yeah, kind of more swampy, in some places jungly kind of land. So, being jungle-like, of course, you're going to get a lot of apes climbing around. So there you go. And then the white is folks from the north. These sort of tan or brown is the people from the one to the east. So yeah, so all these people are here. I would say Ryan, because the Tritons are located closest to the lands of the east, because they're kind of off that shore by, I think it was like 150 miles. I don't remember exactly. You would certainly know who these folks are. You would know the Emperor, and you would know that these are sort of his his right-hand warriors.
And
yes,
and the prince is human or elf?
Human. Yes,
Human, okay.
Human. Yeah, we got humans. The first top 3 are humans, and the next to them are some members.
So wait, this is the Emperor of the Githyanki?
Yes.
And who are these 2?
Those are his highest ranking soldiers. His sort of right and left hand lieutenants. There is the one on the left. is a giant. Her name is Siruth the Cold. And then
Not
the
for long.
and the hobgoblin is named Rook Burns. And so those are ones that you would have some familiarity with because you would have spent some time over there.
Okay.
As per, where the empire is located. But yeah, this is the spread you see. So they, like I said, they come out, there's a lot of cheering, crowd is all excited. Eventually, the now crowned prince comes out and he's doing his whole wave. And then he's actually he's not going to speak. He's actually going to take a step back, and his mother is going to come forward, and just declare to the whole crowd, just like, this is a very exciting day for everyone. As you know, as is our tradition, the new king will make his first royal decree and speech for you all tomorrow. We will let tomorrow be for work and for government, and let today be a day of pure celebration. Thank you all for being here today. Please enjoy the rest of your time, and long live the new king. And then there's just a resounding, like, long live the king, and cheering and all that good stuff coming from the crowd. And then one by one, you see these folks retire back inside. So yeah, you caught your glimpse of them. Before I fast forward in time a little bit, is there anything else that you want to declare that your character would be doing at the festivities?
Just his
guards
job.
just finishing out the shift. Okay. So you do that. So we're gonna fast forward by just a few hours as it becomes evening. The guard shifts, those change. People start winding down for the night, and for one reason or another, you can figure out your reason why as we RP out. You're all going to wind up actually just kind of coincidentally at the same tavern. There's one, who'd have thought, right? There's one, it's not like you would all kind of be a little savvier to be like, I'm not gonna go to the main tavern right off of the square. Like, that's gonna be way too crowded. Let's go a few streets back where it's, where it's good. It's not gonna be too overcrowded. This is where the more fun people are, the real residents of the city, not too touristy. You're muted, Ryan.
We're not going to Times Square, Bubba Gump Strip. We're going into Hell's Kitchen a little bit. We're
Exactly.
going to where the real bars are. It's fine.
Exactly.
I know a place. We're good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. The place you all know happens to be a tavern called the Loose Tongue.
Ooh, I like that.
Yeah, it's a fun name, right? So you're all there.
Oh no.
Our
entertainment.
And as you enter, you enter, and there's a goblin up top, up kind of on an elevated platform telling jokes, and you all sort of happen to enter around the same time. And as you do, you just hear him up top just like, and that's why the undead couldn't get the job done. He didn't have the guts. All right, you didn't like that one. That's okay. I've got 15 more before the next act.
God.
Oh no.
Hebert will continue on with his routine as you all sort of enter one by one into this tavern. And yeah, whoever wants to chime in first as far as how you would come in and sort of find a way to entertain yourself. If you're siding up to the bar, if you're going into finding a table, whatever you're going to do, whoever would like to chime in first as we all find ourselves at the bar this evening, at the tavern this evening.
How packed is it?
I would say it's about kind of like what you'd see on screen here. That's like, I don't know what you would call that, maybe 70% capacity. So, there's a good crowd. There's a buzz, this particular tavern. It's nice because there's like an outdoor section to it too, right? There's nice open space for entertainment. It's kind of, I guess you'd almost think of it more like a beer garden kind of setting. That kind of environment. And yeah, it's about 70% full. So like there's a good crowd. You don't feel like the place is dead. You feel like stuff's happening, but it's also not to the point where you're like shoulder to shoulder. Like you can go up and order your drink. You're not going to be waiting forever. You can get some social interaction in there, but it's not overwhelming. So it's a crowd, but it's not crowded. You know.
I think true to his inspiration, he's gonna get an ale, find a corner to brew it in, and be exactly like Aragorn was in the Prancing Pony.
Right. So as you look around, the only kind of free corner, 8-9, would be one of them very close to where Hebert is telling his jokes.
Okay,
Jokes.
maybe he can have a middle seat.
Okay.
I like to think when we enter the bar, Azov's gonna be like, all right, 8-9. There's a lot of wealthy people in the city right now, which means there's a lot of people that are looking to spend it and have a good time. So here's what I'm thinking we do, and you're gone. All right. You're already gone. Okay. I'll just get my drink then.
As you decide to not go to that quarter, 8-9, you hear Hebert getting to his next joke of the evening. Hey, you know why those Dragonborn are always the last in line? They're always dragging behind. All right, you didn't like that one? 14 to go. Henry or Bo, when you enter the tavern, what's your disposition?
I guess Bo's just gonna be going up, kind of looking around. He's gonna if Artem's playing Aragorn, I'm playing one of the hobbits who's just going up to the barkeep, just being like, hey, hey there, I don't actually need anything to drink, but I'm wondering, do you know of any good adventuring kind of jobs going on right now?
Adventuring kind of jobs, and she's just kind of cleaning up a little bit.
Yeah, you know,
Adventuring
monsters that need killing, or I don't know, something else. Is there a message board around here? I'm looking for a new crew.
There is a bulletin board, actually. If you just go to and she points over, and it's directly under where Hebert is telling jokes. But there is a notice board.
I'll circle by a little bit later. Thank you.
You're welcome. Are you gonna buy? Okay. Enjoy your night.
And then he's gonna, given that the message board is it's not the right time for that. He's gonna go around scouting for some ladies with either horns or tails.
Okay.
Why not
roll.
both?
Preferably both.
Yeah. Roll me a perception.
That's his type because it makes him feel less weird.
Oh.
No,
it's real.
Let's see. Sorry, what am I rolling?
Are you? I mean, if you wanted to roll for looking for the type, you know.
Okay. Perception -1. Here we go.
You're not seeing any with tails and horns. I will say with in terms of horns, yeah, you probably spot there's like a little gaggle of maybe 2 to 3 tieflings chatting at their own table. And there is I don't know which way, I don't know what Bo is into, but he looks over and he sees tieflings of various types, different types of tiefling, as well as presumably gender as well. So all are welcome and all are there at that table.
All right, well, he's gonna go over there and try to make some moves.
All right, Bo's gonna go make some moves, and then at some point Henry will enter the tavern as well.
Yeah. And just for the record, his go-to move is, you guys want to get high?
I got drugs. Henry comes in. She's packing like her travel sack, and around it, it's got her bow hooked to it, and her travel mug and stuff like that. Probably packing it around because she doesn't have a determined place where she's going for the evening. We're going straight to the bar for a drink, and we will probably post up there with this stuff tucked to the ground by your feet.
Okay. Would you say, so you know of this to be a good spot when it's crowded, but would you say you frequent this place?
Probably, if only for Hebert.
Okay. Well then, as he wraps up his act, he will actually find you at the bar as the next act is getting set up. Would he know would he know you as Henry? Would he know who you are? Or are you not? Is it not that?
You know me as Henry. Yeah, like we might I might frequent enough that I'm like, it's Hebert, and he's just maybe it's Henry, and that's maybe as far as it goes.
Okay, I think that's literally what would happen. He would walk over to the bar. Ah, it's Henry.
It's Hebert.
Did you catch my set?
I think I barely missed it.
Ah, I had like 12 new ones. I'm coming up with them like that.
Good reception, I hope. They're fools. They're simpletons. They don't know comedy. It's fine.
I think my time just hasn't arrived yet. I'm riding a new wave of comedy,
Paving the way for others. A true trailblazer.
Hey, real quick, if you had a bag of holding that could also play music, do you know what I would call it?
Would it be a bagpipe, Hebert? Would it be a bagpipe?
All right, that punchline's too predictable. He pulls out a little notebook and crosses it out. Too predictable even for me. Anyway, I made a new friend today out there while I was hawking for the Bards Guild. Actually, right over there, speaking to those tieflings. I don't know if you're looking to make any new friends yourself, Henry, but he's got pipeweed. Oh, is Sid frozen now?
Oh, it looks like it.
Oh,
She looks
no.
very intrigued by the pipeweed.
Yeah.
Right?
He's like, I'm considering it.
I do have this sneaking suspicion now. Is Hebert the person that brings everyone together?
I mean, he absolutely is now. I didn't actually intend for that to be tonight, but I was like, oh, he is. Sid, he said, he made a new points over to Bo and says, he's got pipeweed.
I think I've heard of him.
Have you?
Might be good to get to know him a little bit before you get too close, I think.
Well, then let me make the introductions. Come on over, Henry.
No, you're okay. That's not necessary.
Well, all right then.
We don't need
Barkeep.
that.
He will turn and get his drink. Are you going to approach Bo as he is trying to make his moves?
We're observing.
Okay. So let's.
I think as Hebert leaves, he'll wipe Frame, and Azov is still at the bar ordering his drink.
Mm-hmm.
And he'll spot Henry coming in and ordering her drink. What drink does she order?
Ale, we're talking maybe like a bourbon or like a scotch.
Is it a good scotch?
Is there good scotch at this bar? How much is the good scotch at the bar?
Good scotch would be, I'm gonna say 3 silver.
As a treat. Good scotch tonight.
Not interested in making new friends, miss?
Nope.
That's fair. It's a good drink you got there. Quite a wondrous time. A new king, a new prince. How often does that happen?
When was the last time we had a coronation?
The last time a royal died.
Yeah, probably 20, 30 years.
I'd say about 20, 30 years. Mm-hmm.
It's gotta be weird, because they're basically getting a promotion while celebrating one of their family dying. It's a very macabre moment.
Actually, now that you bring it into perspective, yeah,
It's kind of fucked up.
pretty fucked up. You were guarding the door today, weren't you?
I was!
With 8.
How did you know? I just have one of those faces, don't I?
You definitely stand out in a crowd. We
I
don't
can tell you
get
that.
too many Triton in the area. So,
That makes sense.
yeah.
We mostly like to keep to underwater activities. But every now and then, we like to get up here on dry land and see what it's all about. And you know what I have to say about that? Pretty dry. Barkeep, can I have whatever she's having right now?
The good scotch. Sure, that's going to be 3 silver.
3 silver. Okay. Yeah, alright. Just keep the tab open.
Right,
Sure.
I usually only deal in gold, and I'm like, deduct 3 silver from my lineup. How do?
She's going to lean in as she's swiping up the silver, Ryan, just be like, we also have other tiers at 2 and 1 silver, and visually it's going to look just about the same.
Yeah, I'll do the 1 silver. That'd be great. Just
Okay.
make it subtle.
Yes. And she's gonna like do that. She's gonna slide one back over. Actually, Henry, roll me a perception to see if you pick up that he's doing that. That he's or that the barkeep, I guess, would be making that move.
Making me pay more?
Now that I'm swapping out for cheap drink.
Wow! Bing bong.
You don't notice that
I don't know
she does
shit.
she does make it subtle that she's giving Azov the cheaper stuff while making it look like he ordered the better stuff.
I think maybe, like, Hebert pointed out Bo, and we got, like, Azov over here, but, like, is Bo, like, awkwardly approaching these people, or does, like, Bo just stick out like a sore thumb, and it's, like, one of those, I've seen it, and now I can't look away?
Well, let's
Like,
find out.
Should I roll a charisma check?
Well, you walk over there first, right? You see the yeah. So what's your approach? And then we gotta do rolls. We gotta do rolls.
I mean, pretty much what I said. I mean, in some kind of way, just like, hey ladies, how you doing? Care for a smoke?
What is it?
A long bottom leaf.
One of them. So there's kind of 3 tieflings around. One is has more of a redder flesh. One has sort of a paler flesh. One has one that's almost sort of like a blue-gray flesh, because those are the first colors that came to mind. And the one with the red flesh is actually going to lean forward, just like. So that's what you're still smoking around here, huh?
I mean, you got something better? I'm open to trying.
She's gonna pull out a little pouch. Just say, let me ask you something. Have you ever had ashes of Asmodeus?
God damn, that sounds right as fuck.
No, but exactly what she just said. That sounds rad as fuck.
Well, these two don't like to party as much as I do, but if you want a little smoke at this, we'd have to step over to the smoking section.
Yeah, sure. I'm up for it. Yeah, let's go.
It's always better with friends, isn't it?
Oh, absolutely. The name's Bo, by the way.
Shara, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you, Shara. Yes.
She stands up. How tall is Bo?
4 feet.
All right, she's got 18 inches over you.
Okay.
She's gonna stand up, extend her hand down. Pleased to make your acquaintance, Bo. Let's go over here. And they're going to walk over. So 8-9 found himself a quiet corner, but it's the quiet corner because it's also the smoking corner. I don't know if that's his move or not, but Bo and this tiefling are going to approach you and light one up. And the tiefling's going to do a cool, just like, snap her fingers, Human Torch style, to light the pipe.
That's a fancy trick you got there. Very nice.
Thank you. There you are.
Thank you very much. I cannot produce the flame myself, but you see that unlit candle over there? Check
I
this
do.
out. He's gonna just snap his fingers and the candle immediately lights.
Very cool. Well, Ashes of Asmodeus, this is a little stronger than the stuff you were carrying around.
Well, I'm looking forward to it. How much does it fuck you up?
Do you want to know the answer, or do you want to experience the answer?
Is this stuff that I can still be functional? Or am I gonna be tripping all night and wake up with my pants off?
Well, if you play your cards right, you'll wake up with your pants off regardless, right?
Oh, very forward of you. No, but for real though, like, can I still function with this? It's an important thing for me. I'm mostly sober, you know. It's I don't want to get too fucked up. I've got a bit of a problem. So,
All there are 7 layers of hell, right?
uh,
Or wait, are there 9? How many circles are there?
I think
in
there's
D&D?
9, Madam
9.
Tiefling.
9. Right. She doesn't believe into him. Right. Well, okay. There are 9 circles of hell, right?
Yes.
Okay. Now the long. I'm sorry. What kind did you say Bo's carrying?
What kind of
What kind of weed is Bo
Oh,
carrying?
long bottom leaf.
Long bottom. Okay. Okay. Long bottom is like you haven't reached the first circle yet. Okay. And hold on. Is Asmodeus the actual like ruler? I don't remember.
Yeah, he
all 9?
is. Yep.
Okay. Yeah. Now, don't get intimidated by the fact that it's named after Asmodeus. It's
Mhm.
about the 3rd level.
How long does it go for?
Oh, well, the levels, it's almost a 1-to-1 with a level and an hour, you know? So, 3.
Okay. Against my better judgment, I will try it.
Overhearing this, and given his past, can I make a roll to see if they're telling him the truth or if he's gonna get way more fucked up than that?
Sure, you can.
Survival? Would that
Or
work?
nature? I don't know.
Medicine.
Or medicine, yes.
Okay, medicine makes sense.
Yeah, medicine. Yeah, that makes the most sense, I guess. Oh, okay.
Damn.
Oh, first 20.
Nat 20. Okay. So they're telling the truth, but the tiefling is not. She said 3 hours. She didn't say which plane those 3 hours. You know what I mean? So it's like, if that's 3 hours hell time, it's a little bit different than here, you know?
He does pull out his own pipe, and I think he has some very mild like weed in it. Because now I'm thinking about it, Aragorn had a little pipe when he was sitting in the corner there, and he snaps his fingers, and a little bit of like red electricity lights his pipe because he has shocking grasp, and that's kind of a cool way to do it. And
All
takes
right.
a puff of it before he speaks up to Bo, and he's like, "Might last a little bit longer than 3, just so you know."
Oh, you had it before, did you?
Maybe.
Maybe. Oh, there's a story there, am I right?
She 8-9. Roll me a. I guess it'd be. Would it be? I want to roll to see like if you recognize the tiefling that Bo is talking to, and I guess that could be. I mean, it's not. I know a guy because I'm like asking you to roll it. So like it could be history. I mean, it could just be like some sort of charisma roll. But I want to see if you recognize.
I mean, I could just roll a flat d20.
Sure.
'Cause
If
I
you
don't
want to
know
add
if that's-
charisma to it, you could. But...
It's flat 0 for charisma.
Okay. Okay, you don't recognize this individual, but you do know that there actually happens to be a trio of like tiefling sex workers, so potentially they're trying to work Bo a little bit.
He also just like says in there slyly, "You might also want to get the price for how much the leaf is in your night with them." Before he just sort of like slinks back a little and drinks a little bit of his ale.
So Bo is not very wise and gets played often. He's got a wisdom score of 8, and so he's gonna say, "Oh, thank you for the tip, sir. On second thought, miss, you're quite nice. You're quite you're a lovely lady. Love the horns. I love a horny girl. But the thing is, I don't really think this is the night for me. So I'm gonna just kind of have to pass. I'm gonna hang out with my new friend here. But have a good night with you now." And he's gonna go over and he says, "The name's Bo."
8-9. He shakes your hand.
8-9. You seem like you're a man with a lot of stories to tell, a lot to say. Can I sit with you?
Yeah, if you feel like it.
Alrighty then. And he's gonna take a seat, feeling like he's found his spot. I'm like, ooh, here's my social project of the night.
It's a project, all right.
Yeah, I mean, what do Bo and 8-9 discuss while Henry and Azov have not yet made their way over there, or it could be when they make their way over, wherever we want to jump to.
Yeah, Bo's just gonna just start toking away and be like, "So, what brings you here?"
Work.
I mean, coronation, obviously, but like, what part? Work, you say? Where are you working?
He looks over to the really big crossbow and sword next to him because he would have to put it like, you know, he can't have it on his back at this point. Security.
Oh, security. Is that a good gig?
No.
Oh no. Well, hey, you should come join me sometime. I'm looking for some adventuring kind of gigs, you know. Me, I got my hammer and my shield here. I'm ready to go if you know of anything. I'll go check the message board. But there's this guy, and don't get me wrong. Normally, I love a bro with the bagpipes, but this guy in particular is pretty well, bad is what I would say. And so I'm not going there for now, but if you want to come with me later, I'm going to go over to the message boards when the coast is clear. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, actually, I do need to find another gig after today.
Alrighty then. Well, that would it got a plan?
So yeah, at some point, Henry, will you go over and speak to Bo? And Azov, will you join your partner from today?
Like, not seeing the little change up with the drink because it was potentially clocking Bo going over to speak with the tieflings who Henry may have known, like, what their gist was. And he was like, oh no, he's all alone and that's what he's doing. And then they go off into the corner like, oh no. And then he's with 8-9, talking with 8-9. It's like, oh my god, that's perfect. Amazing. I would love to be a part of that. I want to be a fly on that wall kind of vibe.
Are we people watching at this point then? Is that what's happening?
I think so.
Okay. Oh, do you not know 8-9? He's a great guy. Not much of a chatterbox, but great shot. If you want, I can introduce you.
I know of him. I was more delighted to see that interaction if you want to move seats.
Sure.
Since it's a work thing and everything, that sounds lovely. We should go do that. I like hoist my stuff up, like the backpack. Because we're friends. Well, yeah. Love it. We're
Right.
meeting people. This is amazing. Are you having a good night? This is great.
I'm having a fantastic night.
That's great.
Let's
Yeah.
go. Before we head over, I'll get another one of. I'll get 2 more ales. I know what 8-9 likes.
Okay.
He doesn't change it up much, so I'll get him a
Alright, you
refill.
did that. You do the part.
He's like, 8-9 loves ale, and 8-9's just like, I fucking hate it. I hate it.
It's the only thing they serve here. Why?
Oh, do you not drink the ale? I don't drink at all. I'm completely sober. Well, minus this. So that's something. And like at a certain point, he connects when like you said your name was 8-9, and at some point he's like, and like internally he's like, I've heard of you, but he doesn't mention it. Just like, so. You are doing legitimate jobs, are you? That's good.
Any job's legitimate that pays. As we walk over and sit down at the table with you guys.
Oh god. Okay.
Here you go,
Oh!
8-9. I got you a refill.
Thanks.
And you, little guy, are you old enough to be drinking?
Oh, hey, I resent that now. I'm a full 29 years old. Thank you very much.
Ah, then enjoy.
Thank you. Wait, this is ale? Oh, no thanks. No, none for me. No, thank you.
Fair enough.
I've got a bad drinking problem in my family, you see. So I don't touch the stuff no more.
It's true.
Who's
I
your
have something
family?
similar.
Sorry to say it again.
Who's your family?
Oh, I guess Guess we're gonna become friends. Sooner or later, you're gonna hear about it. My mother's name is Ravadia Ogre Crusher. Perhaps you heard of her.
Oh.
She's a
Oh,
champion.
I've heard of her. Actually, now it makes sense. Now, Evan,
Champion
the horns
berserker.
and everything.
Horns? She doesn't have no horns.
Well, no, her bow did. Well, her bow, but he was a little on the smaller side, right? Like to walk on 4 legs. I've heard tell.
Oh gosh, perhaps you heard more than me. I truth be told, oh gosh, here I am, letting my heart bleed out already. But you guys seem like good chaps. I guess I'll tell you why not. Yeah. So I never knew my dad. I never did. My mother, she said that she had a wild tryst in the Feywild, and that's why I was born with magic. And in any case, I don't know many details. Never heard that he liked to get on all fours, but I try not to imagine it myself. You know what I mean?
Oh, I heard he did it all the time.
Do you know my dad better than I know myself?
I mean, from what I've heard.
What have you heard?
Well, listen. As a fellow man of I get a lot of questions as pertaining to my physicality, So I get what it's like.
I get it. You're like half fish or something.
Right. And you're half goat. Your father's a goat.
I would say it's a little offensive. He's a satyr.
Oh, that I can see how someone would make that jump. Did he like to turn into a goat?
I don't know. Honestly, maybe he did. I don't know if he was a druid or what. I don't know anything about him. My mom barely knows anything about him. She only met him the one night.
Interesting. 8-9. This was the person that they were saying was the lovemaking of a dwarven woman and a goat. Remember that
Good
story?
lord, is that what you think when you think of my mother? She was a champion! A champion berserker! She's one of the finest warriors in the land, but you fuck something close to one goat, and this is what they think of you of. It's a real shame. She was an amazing woman. Amazing woman.
I never had the pleasure to meet her, but I've heard of her stories.
Yeah, I mean, she was also kind of fucking awful, but she was terrible and amazing all together.
At least she wasn't fucking goats.
That we know of.
I feel
That
like
we know of.
this whole time they're back and forth. And Henry just looks to 8-9 like, what the fuck?
I think this is probably the closest to, like, actually speechless he's ever been.
Who are you hanging around with now?
I do want to say that was my rumor, is Bo is an odd creature indeed. It is rumored to be offspring of a wild woman who fucked a goat. A literal goat. And Azov, being a Triton, who's like part fish, parts, is like, listen, I get it all. I get all the weird questions. I totally do. But are you a son of a goat? You could tell me.
Listen, it's quite possible that he was in goat form at the time. I wasn't there. I don't know. And she was drunk off her ass, which was a usual thing. Part of the reason why I don't touch the stuff, you see. I don't want to go end up fucking a goat myself. I like the horny ones, but not that way.
Right. Is there a paper menu on the table right now?
Yeah.
Just scan the QR code.
Azov's just gonna like pull it away from just in case.
I think it's laminated with some kind of abjuration magic. It's like you can't touch the paper. It's like close, but nothing can spill on it. It's quite fancy.
That's not laminate.
Oh.
Not in a place like this.
Tavern grease.
It's a horrifying story.
Anyways, gosh, I feel like I just bared out my whole soul. What about you all? What's your story?
Nothing like that.
8-9 and I go way, way back. How long have we been working together?
Like a week.
Oh God, he's always joking.
I would say the coronation is like it's like a week-long celebration. The crown being put on would be toward the end. So yeah, like 5-6 days tops. And even then, that's not to say you've always been on the same shift together either.
We've done plenty of jobs together. Don't be so modest. And this, my companion for this evening, is actually I don't believe I ever got your name.
Henry. Henrietta. Yeah.
Ah, yes. Henrietta has exquisite tastes, as it were. He's gonna raise a glass.
Only for one. Yeah, I'm afraid I got nothing compared to a mother who had a tryst in the Feywild, I'm sorry to say.
Oh, come on, you gotta have something. You leaving me hanging here? I just let it all out to bear. I let it all out to goat.
Basically bleated his life story away.
He did, but,
Oh, you're not kidding.
It'd be bad if you didn't reciprocate.
my line of work involves me doing things that, 8-9 usually turns people in for, so we'll keep mums on those details.
Oh, well,
If you'd be so kind.
8-9 shouldn't have too much of a problem with that, right?
There's no bounty for your sticky fingerness right now.
No, not yet.
Not that I've seen.
Doing so good. How is business? Is business booming?
Business is fine.
Thought so.
I don't mean to step out of line here, Mr. 8-9, but you've had some run-ins with the law too, haven't you? That's honestly,
Didn't you know he
I've
killed
not heard of
89 people?
I've not. Is that where you get the name from? I didn't really know you for doing like protection guard duty kind of stuff. When I heard your name, I remember hearing somebody about like, hey, don't cross with this guy because he's got like a huge rap sheet.
Well,
So is that you, or is 8-9 like a code name that you give to a bunch of people in a thieves guild or something?
it's just my name.
Is there a story behind that?
Not really.
Oh. Did your parents name you that, or did you name you that?
Pretty hard for parents to name you if you don't have any.
Oh. I'm sorry, my friend.
Eh.
Well,
I can
Anyway.
cheer you up, because clearly Ale won't.
Well, I don't know. You like to talk a lot, Azov. Why don't you tell them about your war hero thing?
Oh, you got stories? Let's hear them.
I couldn't do that. It was the still of night, and I was there all alone. Enemies were swarming all around us, and it was up to me to save everyone. And then Azov's gonna improvise a war story of fighting off evil monsters in the great depths, far, far away in the ocean. Something that no one can verify. And Azov is going to talk about how he is... I'm pulling it up now. And that is when I became Azov, champion of the deep, both master of land and sea, the Cobalt Crusader. And I have been working here on the surface ever since. Allowing myself to lend my heroic services for the right amount of coin.
You know, you'd think if you're that big of a deal, you would have been invited to the coronation.
Well, I move around a lot, so likely my invitation just got lost in the mail.
Uh-huh.
But that's why I have you, my good compatriot. Always here to pick me up when I need it.
I love this dynamic.
But yes, so it is my good hope to find a patron while all these nobles and people are in town looking for some extended protection. Henry, if you happen to know of anyone who might, go around rough areas, might need a little extra protection, a bodyguard, as it were, with expensive tastes you can think of.
I
Maybe
will
runs
say
with a rough crowd.
I will say about this time, it does seem a little clearer over by the notice board in case anyone wants to go peruse that.
Aureus, quick, now's our chance. Before he comes back, let's go. It's gonna rush over.
Yeah, 8-9's
All
gonna
right.
go with him.
Okay, so the two of you go over to the board, so what you find is mostly stamped across it at this point. There's a bunch of pins for like, come join the new Bards Guild, and you kind of have to like move those aside to get to the actual like notices that are under it. Honestly, notice board, perfect way to just like throw out random things that could be fun someday. So there's a couple things you're gonna read as you look under it. You'll find one that just says like, help, my father's disappeared, I haven't seen him in a week. If you want to jot all these down for some point in the future, feel free. Otherwise I'm just gonna kind of throw a few out there. So there's one, it's like, help, my father's disappeared. There's another one that says, come join our piggyback fighting ring. Every end of the week, they wouldn't have a Friday, but the equivalent of a Friday night, come down to, and then there's like an address for a different tavern. They have these piggyback chicken fights, and there's like an illustration of two dwarves on each other's shoulders, and next to them are two halflings on each other's shoulders, and they're kind of like, you know how you chicken fight in a pool? They're doing that, but like in more of like a tavern. Okay, there's that. There's a wanted poster for someone known as the Iron-Eyed Serpent. And it has a pretty nice, like, 100 gold reward.
Mr. Bounty Hunter, I think we got one that's up your alley a little bit, if you wouldn't mind having some help with it,
He's definitely going to take a copy of that one.
There's another bounty poster right next to it for actually a little more gold. This one's 150 gold, and this one is wanted, the King in Yellow. Not to be confused with the H.P. Lovecraft's King in Yellow.
But is it to be confused with the Yellow King in True Detective?
It could be.
He's going to take a copy of that too.
All right. There is a help wanted as well. There is a help. My ungrateful hireling has left me, and I need new protection as I hunt down legendary creatures across the land.
Dowdy, you said you didn't like protection, though. Should we toss this one?
Who said that?
I thought you said that you didn't like the gig of doing protection work.
If it pays, I like it.
Oh, I'm misunderstood. I apologize.
And there's two others. One is for going to get your fortune told, and it's advertised as having a discount during Coronation Week. Normally 2 silver, it's just 1 during Coronation Week. And then finally, there's a training poster, and it's just like, want to get buff like me? Then come train with Anime the Barbarian.
Anime?
We haven't actually seen...
Like spelled anime?
Like the level...
Like Anime, the super fancy bard he was having with the gloves.
Barbarian. Right. That's been like mentioned in like everything we've done, kind of. So yeah, there's just a bunch of posters like that. While they're kind of perusing, Sid and Ryan, is there anything you two would be discussing further at the table while it's just you two again?
Just touching on the I don't even have money, let alone know people that have money.
Oh,
Not
I'm
to
sure
throw away.
you must know someone with money. Henrietta.
I mean, obviously I know people with money, but it's not my money to give out, and their jobs are less whatever you do, guard things?
Hard things is a good way to put it. Fighting things,
Fighting things.
punching people,
right.
stabbing guys.
Unless you're fighting a bank safe.
Is the bank safe a mimic? That would be a formidable fight indeed.
I feel like it's potential to be there, but I haven't heard that detail quite yet.
Hmm.
Best bet might be the notice board.
So, Azov is like... Because Azov's rumor is that Henrietta comes from money. And he's trying to bait her into saying that she comes from money.
Shit. Nope. Don't have it.
But
It's a
Henrietta is like, well, the people I get money from don't really give it to me, which I'm assuming is organized crime.
Maybe.
It's like, all right, it's going to be a little tougher.
If my parents are rich people that I don't know.
But I don't know that. You don't know that. All right. We'll play this game a little longer if that's what you want to do. Let's see what's on the work board. Maybe there's something we can use to fill our coffers since we're both so poor, right, Henrietta?
She like finishes her drink. She's like, let's go look at the notice board. Sure.
All right.
What the fuck?
So you walk over and 8, 9, and Bo have already, kind of grabbed a few. If there's any others that perked up your ears, that's great. But now it's all 4 of you standing around the bulletin board, actually.
What do we got, 8, 9? Anything water-based?
Nope. There are a couple of bounties here. Good
Ooh.
pay.
Is that 100 gold? Is
So
that 150 gold?
And the king in yellow. Who the fuck are they?
If any of you would like to roll,
I
you
would
could.
like to.
You want a history for that?
Yeah. I will say this is gonna be. Well, let's just see what we get first. Okay. 15 from 8, 9, 10 from Henrietta. Okay. Azal probably is not familiar, but if you want to roll one as well for me, Richard. Unless you're just gonna say Bo just wouldn't. Yeah, that's fair.
He's not that smart. He's not educated.
Yeah. Okay, so Henry, with your 10, you don't know much more other than the fact that, like, hey, you run in some thieves circles. You've heard the name spoken before.
Mhm.
You, based on what you've heard, you believe they may be like they may somehow utilize poison in the crimes they commit, but you don't know quite how. Like the color almost comes. It's like the color of like a bile or a poison or something like that. It's kind of what the name almost comes from. And let's see, 8, 9 with your 15. Yeah, you know that this particular want poster is specifically this is an assassin. This is an assassin for hire, who I guess is got a little too good at what they do, or maybe been hired to go after the wrong people. Whatever it is, they are now wanted.
Is that the king in yellow or is that the
That is-
serpent?
Oh, that's you asked about the king in yellow first, right?
I was just checking.
Sorry, yeah, king in yellow. Yep.
Yeah, he'll
And-
share that with everyone.
Yeah. If you want to roll for Iron Eye, you can as well. It's up to you guys. I don't
An
think
assassin that wears yellow? I feel like that'd be terrible for blending in with your environment.
Unless you're like stalking people in a field of sunflowers.
I mean, where else do you kill people?
Yeah, I don't think he's.
Still don't know shit.
Yep, nothing about that
9
one.
and 4. Did you want to roll as well for the other one? Right? Yeah, there you go. Okay.
Hey!
I believe this kind of checks out as far as kind of Azov's deal. Azov, the Iron-Eyed Serpent was apparently some like rather not pompous, but like kind of maybe a little overly confident of a swordsman in town who actually ended up fighting a duel with somebody not a sanctioned one, so therefore was basically a murder, ending up killing this individual and then fleeing. And it's specifically with 19. I'll give you that it's a Yan T swordsman. Hence.
Oh, I know this guy. I've run into this guy before. Kind of an ass. Yeah, I think he got a little too carried away with a duel and killed a guy. But he didn't fill out the proper paperwork, so that's how they get you. He's in town. We should follow up on this one. If he skips town, it's going to be way more annoying to find him.
Yeah.
Well, I'd just like to take a moment to mention that we're already saying we. Are we cool being a crew, the four of us?
I mean, I was talking about 8, 9, and I don't know about you guys, but...
Oh.
Well, it seems like Bo needs a crew.
I would love a crew. Yeah, and I'm pretty good with a hammer. I can make myself useful. I got magics and stuff, too.
I mean, some of these people could be dangerous. It doesn't hurt to have people. But have you ever hunted a person before?
Hunted? I mean, chased.
You chase a lot of people?
Not a lot of people, no. Chasing is not exactly my strong suit with my wee little legs, you know.
Mm-hmm. What is your strong suit, would you say?
Hitting people with hammers is probably my best. But also, I can be a bit mischievous with my illusion work.
If at this moment we both sit down at a table and you sit across from us, it's like, do you have any recommendations of any heroic deeds or feats of great strength?
No. No, don't. My best last name I got so far was frickin' Steel Banger. I work at a... Well, I have worked as a smith. I got real good at banging hammers, and I tried a couple times getting out there doing some real adventuring work. And listen, I'll be honest. I've got some work to do, getting my magic under control and figuring out how best to do things. But I'm really looking for someone who's willing to take a chance on me.
Like behind him, being like, "Come on."
Tell you what. I'll work for nothing but lodging and clothing. You can keep the rest of whatever we split. I'll work my first 2 jobs for free, besides basic living expenses.
You're hired.
I considered it an internship, you know.
Hold on, 8-9. What if we get him to work for free for the first 3 jobs? I think there's some wiggle room here. He seems really desperate.
You don't need to work for free. It'd be good to have somebody on the front line.
Oh yeah, I'll be a frontline fighter for sure. I got my good shield, I got my good hammer. I'm good for the front lines. You won't be disappointed, I swear.
Alright, well, if he gets killed, then we get his share anyway, so... Alright, Bo, you're on the team!
Heck yeah!
Well done. That's like an internship, and then we'll reassess and see how it goes. And
listen, I just appreciate the offer. You know, I've been looking for a real crew ever since the last one didn't go as well. So hoping that things will go great this time.
Right. Henrietta, how about you? You ever hunted someone down before?
I'm still a part of this.
You can be.
Kind of, but not in like the bloodthirsty way, I suppose. Or like gather intel and go infiltrate that person's house.
You
could be our watch-out person.
In a totally legal way that is not illegal.
Listen, look at this. See this? This is legal. They want us to bring him in. So whatever we do to do that and don't get caught is legal, in my eyes. Isn't that right, 8-9?
He looks at Henrietta and he's like, it's better than spending the night in jail.
Well, okay. And considering I don't have a place to spend the night, we'll take it.
Not as a threat, just like as a knowing
Yeah.
yeah.
Gotcha.
Right. Henry doesn't have a place to stay. Okay. Definitely not a mansion somewhere.
What the fuck is with this guy?
Question. I know we unintentionally took a break earlier. Do people want to take a bio break or just go
Yes.
through till?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah,
You just gotta get some
All right,
water.
let me give you a little tea for a bio break just for fun, like a little mini. I almost said hangover, cliffhanger.
Over.
Yeah.
How much
as
did
you're
we
all
drink?
as you're all there at the table, happy. You hear the doors to the tavern are gonna fly open, and you hear just a very authoritative voice just yell out, just like. Hold on, let me get to the right thing here. You hear a voice just lay out. Then, all right, everybody, listen up. As this city watch walks into the tavern.
The way that
crowd-
Henrietta just kneels immediately, like she sinks down.
Homer Simpson meme.
Like,
Oh, hey, we're at eye level.
Hi.
All right, everybody, listen up. The crown is looking for a suspicious individual. If you have,
I immediately
reports-
point at the goblin.
If you have any reports about a red-headed, scarred woman, the crown would wish to speak to you, and we will. Oh, wait, how do I word this? This will put you in good graces with the new king. Your chance to get in on the ground floor. Anybody who has reputable information, please see me.
What do you think, guys? Maybe there's some money in it.
No, but I saw her, I think.
Oh, I
I'm already walking
definitely
over.
saw her.
Yeah, we saw her.
No, wait for me!
Stop's walking over.
All right, you all walk over. Yeah, we'll take a break there.
All right.
We're back.
All right, we're back. So, you've all, this guard announced, like, hey, anyone have information on a redhead scarred woman? And you kind of all beelined over there, more or less. So this
I
guard,
don't know if the others did. They were talking about it.
I'm last in the lineup. Let's say that. Like, I didn't beeline, but I'm like, no, I know something, and this might be a good opportunity. Here we go.
Right. So you're all over there, and the guard's kind of like surveying the four of you. All right. Give me a moment. We're going to take you all maybe into a more private space to speak. Just wait here just a moment, please. And he'll go talk to the barkeep. He will step away to talk to the barkeep for a moment. Sid, you looked suspicious there.
I don't know. I learned from a comedian that usually getting taken to a different location isn't good.
After a moment, he will walk back over. Right. Apparently, there is a storage room around. Listen, we don't want to. This is could potentially be sensitive. I just want to make sure that we convey information in a secure manner for the crown.
Well,
I need
dark
to
alleys
insight
taken?
this.
Sure.
Going to the storage room, excuse me, sir?
It sounds like we're gonna be interrogated.
Yeah, right? Or like killed, or 8-9 needs to know if there's imminent danger.
There doesn't seem to be imminent danger. It just seems like this guy's a city guard with no tact.
Okay. He's a little bit less like. Fuck
I
you.
know he's got a sword out in the image, but it would not actually be drawn.
Yeah.
He's not like this way with a blade drawn.
Okay.
He's definitely chewing on wheat though. Like that, he's definitely doing that for sure. Right. If you could all just follow me, and he will. If people follow, he will lead them over to said storage room. He'll open it up, and it's large. It's probably like a good 15 by 15. There's a couple barrels, there's a couple crates. It's not like he's not sticking you all in a closet. Like this is a storage room. And he will open the door. Just if you all don't mind, my captain will be in shortly with the proper questions. I'm just tasked with rounding the folks up. I'll go see if anyone was too chicken to raise their hand the first time. And he will let you all in if you are so willing.
First
Alternate
rule.
exit.
Oh. First rule of being an adventurer.
Uh-huh.
Don't ever, if you're good at something, don't ever do it for free. So, when he comes back in here, we're going to get the terms of exactly what he's offering laid out precisely on paper to make sure that whatever this favor is from the prince is not some, joke or whatever.
Okay, but
Are
what's
you
this
thinking
whole
that-
thing about me doing work for free for you then?
It's part of the learning process. You're learning on the job. This is
Got it.
valuable experience hours. So
I
thank you,
understand. I understand. Get in it, okay? Putting my hours in, okay? Paying my
There you
dues.
go.
Got it.
You're quick. I like you, Bo.
Is this the first party we've had with an intern?
Maybe.
Okay, so maybe a minute or two passes by, and then the door to the storage room opens again, and enters. Oops. The entire bar disappears. No, sorry about that. The door opens, and an individual who would I'm sure Bo would be like, whoa, look at this guy. Specifically, an individual with the most prominent horns you've probably ever seen is going to open up this storage door and walk inside.
Good
And then,
lord.
And then just softly let the door close behind him.
Deities preserve us. Look at that thing.
Wow, that looks heavy. How does your neck feel?
I've had them for some time, and they grew for some time. I suppose I just got used to it over the years.
The muscle strength on that neck must be amazing. Or maybe it's like a balancing thing. Can you turn your head, or can you bend it too much?
How do you sleep?
I try not to go beyond
Gentlemen,
an
I
8-degree
believe
angle.
we're here for a reason. Please.
Oh, yeah. Right.
Oh yeah, sorry.
He will sit down on a
Fucking
crate.
5-year-olds.
He will sit down on a crate and kind of adjust his glasses, take the poses in the picture there. Just right. Well, first order of business, I would just like for you all to tell me what it is you witnessed today.
That's actually second order of business. First order of business is what exactly is this deal entail? Your, we'll call him a worker, mentioned something about a favor or good standing with the new prince, something like that. I much prefer, like our work board over here says, like a reward, a specific amount who to go talk to. So what does this reward entail for relevant information?
Yes, the soldier did speak of a reward, didn't he? I can assure you that the crown will reward you all with some number of gold.
Yeah, that's a little vague for my take. I can't pay food and money and women with some amount of gold. I need hard numbers.
Pardon me, but maybe if we had a name to associate with the deal.
Yeah, who are
you wish to have my name?
If you'd be so kind.
My name is Triskert.
Triskert, do you have like a seal, a badge, a piece of paper that says you work for the crown, anything like that?
Of course I do. He's going to reach in to a shirt pocket and pull out basically exactly what Azov just asked for. I'm not sure, I don't know what maybe in a D&D setting the equivalent would be. Like, I guess it would probably just be literally like a badge, right? Like something like that, like maybe like fastened to a small like little leather thing, almost like a small plaque on leather. He's going to fish that out, and it is going to list like Trisket, and then it'll say like official of the crown as the subtitle.
Hey, Don, can you check this, make sure it's legit?
He can try. What would I roll to see if that... Is it just an insight?
There could be a few things you could roll. You tell me what you would like to roll, and that will, kind of determine how I answer based on your number.
If it's against forgery, I think it's usually investigation that you compete against.
Okay. Then Eight Eyes is gonna admit, like, I don't really know what a document like that would look like normally. He has a -1 intelligence. He's not good at that.
I also have a -1 intelligence.
Give it here.
I also have a -1 intelligence.
Yay!
The dumbest people around.
I was gonna say, how does it feel sitting here with a bunch of dummies?
Oh my god.
What does it look like?
Henrietta, it looks official AF.
This appears to be quite legitimate, gentlemen.
Henry would know what official high-ranking paperwork looks like, doesn't it? Just add it to the list of reasons.
What are you talking? I'm so sorry, sir. Here you go. Why passes it back?
Thank you. I'm glad it was to your liking, and he'll slip that back in his little, breast pocket kind of thing.
Quite official.
Yes. Now, if you would please tell this official what it is you witnessed today.
Well, she had come up to the main entrance doors and was looking at the castle.
Mm-hmm. She was talking about wealth and riches and power, or I was talking about that. Maybe.
Perhaps you both were.
Yes, I said something like wanting something similar one day, and then she said, maybe you too will have something similar like this to call your own. And then I thought about what I would do if I had a ton of gold. And, did she say anything else? I was doing a lot of looking, mostly. She seemed very keen on the ceremony happening today, walking through.
I'm sorry, are those illegal deeds? To look at a door?
Did she do something?
I'm afraid I'm not at liberty to say.
Well, it might help, 8, 9, and I are security, so if this is a threat, then maybe we should know.
Unfortunately, I am only here to learn what you have learned.
I will say she didn't seem like a threat. She wasn't casing it.
Hmm. And what about you two? Did she seem like a threat to either of you?
No, not at all. We smoked up together. She seemed quite pleasant.
Hmm. Would you say the same? Pointing toward Henry.
I mean, yeah, we had a brief conversation about doing what was required of us to live a life, and we parted ways.
All right. This
She
is
seemed
helpful.
very supportive of the crown, from what I remember. If there was any disagreement, it was just about her saying, like, "Oh, well, isn't the government so benevolent and all that?" And I was also saying good things.
Right. And just a final question for the group. Did you all know each other prior to seeing her? Are you newly acquainted? Which is it?
Well, 8-9 and I go way back. We've been working for a long time. You could say we're close friends, maybe even best friends.
A week.
These two I just met today. So
I had only met, as far as, how well do we know each other?
Yes.
No, I just met all of them today.
Is that the same for you, miss?
I mean, I know me and 8-9 grew up in the same city. That's about as much as I know him, really.
Funny how fate twists sometimes, isn't it? Well,
Sometimes fate twists so far that it breaks.
indeed. And he's going to stand up from his crate. If you all remain just for another moment, someone will be in with your reward momentarily. Thank you all for answering my questions, and just keep in mind that more may be asked of you in the future.
Is there an alternate exit in this room? Like, is there only one way in?
There is not. Oh, I'm sorry. I answered there is only one way in. There is no alternate exit.
I hate
There
that.
is only one way in. Okay.
Great.
So yes, he's gonna leave on those words, and more may be asked of you soon. And then he's going to open the door, walk out, close it behind him.
and that, Bo, is the art of the deal right there. See, we're getting a reward, and we're getting talking of future jobs.
Yeah,
Are you-
and I
are you-
didn't give him nothing.
I'm gonna let, like, a dagger that I have, like, maybe, like, holstered up my sleeve. Like, I'm just gonna let it, like, fall into it, like, my palm, like, so I can, like, grip the handle, like, keeping it hidden, but
Okay.
we're weaponing.
Cool. Yes, Ryan, you were about to say something?
Like, Bo, that's the thing. Sometimes security is just standing there and getting paid for it. Yeah, maybe you have to throw some people around and kill a guy or two, but for the most part, you can just stand there and collect money all day.
Well, I don't know. I mean, I want to go off on adventures and stuff. Just standing around, it's good to make some coin, but I can make coin standing around in all sorts of locations.
Sure. But when you get really good at it, the money comes to you. You'll understand someday, Bo. Trust me.
They're
Okay, 'cause
called
I'm just-
headhunters, Bo.
Hours a day, and I got paid for that too, but it wasn't very exciting.
You'll see.
Alrighty then.
Anybody can roll this, but specifically Sid, since Henry was like dropping her knife and kind of prepping. If anyone wants a perception check, it will be hearing based if that makes a difference.
My passive is 9, so I will not be hearing anything.
Okay. Well, 8-9, you hear a similar voice to the guard's voice before, kind of approach the door and just saying like, "Yeah, they're in there, boss." You hear that for a moment. The door is not yet opened, but you do hear that outside of the door if you wanted to relay that or react to it in any way.
Somebody else is coming. Should we leave?
No, we got to get the reward.
Who's, like, guard captain? Do we know guard captain?
You ask that. Was that out loud or was that to the...
That's Sydney asking the DM.
You know what? You could all roll for it. Roll some sort of history to see if you would know. There are multiple guard captains, but
Oh, okay, never mind then. I was trying to figure out if I knew the reputation of the boss.
Yeah, no, this isn't like the boss. This is just a captain. Okay. Well, as you're all pondering that, the door opens, and then an individual is going to walk in. This dragonborn is going to walk in and not close the door behind him, just leave it swung open. Just, all right. You're the ones with information for me then. Okay, I am authorized to give you all 5 gold certificates from the Royal Treasury for the information you have. So if we could just, if you could relay to me what you've heard today so I can just sort of verify its validity, we'll go from there, yes?
We already done give all the information to the damn ram person. Why do we got to say it all over again? Why can't he tell you?
To the what now?
The ram person, the person with the big horns.
Hard to miss him.
He's gonna turn. Just someone else went in here. You let someone else in, and the guards just like, no, the door. I've been standing by the door the whole time. What are you talking about? You're the first person. Right. Okay. Whatever.
I swear to you, he was like bicycle wheel sized. They were huge.
Right. Well, my guy says he's been standing by the door the entire time, and I'm the first one who's come in here. So I hope your information on the redhead's a little more reputable than whatever you're telling me right now.
We saw his badge. It was Officer Trisket.
Triskert.
You know a Triskert? And the guy's like, you would know him, boss, not me. Right. Did he have something that looks like this? And he reaches, he's going to reach into his side pouch and hand you over another kind of guard's badge.
Is this one real?
So if you would like to roll for it, you can.
This one's the forfeit.
But I will say, it is a completely different color. The one you saw was like a gold plaque on like a brown leather. This is like a silver plaque on black leather.
Can I
very different.
I think I'd rather relay that information, give him the coloring of it.
Okay. This is official city guard color scheme. Trust me, it's a weird regulation they're very strict about.
So what was the other one?
What I don't know, what other one? No one has come in here except me and my underling there.
Well, I'm sure there's lots of different styles of badges. They probably customize them to fit their personality, accessorize, to express their innermost creative selves. But we forgive you for this inconvenience, and we'll take the gold certificates now, or regular gold. Regular gold's good too.
Well, I give you the certificates when you tell me what you saw today.
Well, like I was saying, they were like the size of frickin' bicycle wheels.
Not this group hallucination of a goat man you all apparently saw. I want your information about the redhead with the scars. They're a person of interest to the crown.
Red-headed lady who looked like she was from the Lost City of Atlantis, the cartoon, the Disney adaptation, and she basically lamented about being poor. Said we had to work hard to earn things, and
yeah, she said something about wanting power, riches, and wealth, and looking, covetingly at the palace while going through on Coronation Day. So, just regular poor people
at the palace. In what way?
Man, I wish I had that. It'd be cool if I had that.
Suppose everyone wants that, but where did you see her?
Outside front gates.
Yeah.
Which gate?
Whatever one we were working.
Yeah, whatever one you were.
9 will relay that.
yeah. I see.
Listen, the imaginary goat man said that he couldn't tell us what was going on with her, but maybe you, as a non-imaginary person, can tell us. What's she done?
I assure you, I am extremely non-imaginary.
As I've said, so what did she do?
And what would your name be if you're not imaginary?
My name is Scalar.
Scalar, sure.
Captain Scalar, that's me.
That's a fine Dragonborn name.
Thank you. As I was saying, to answer your question, she's a person of interest to the crown who we may consider a threat to the well-being of the royal family.
Person of interest means that she's committed some kind of crime? Or allegedly?
We believe she is either planning to or has slipped behind the castle walls uninvited. And
Oh dear.
considering the people currently invited, this is not something we
Ballsy.
want to encourage.
Well,
It's
as
impressive,
I was saying to the imaginary goatman, she speaking quite fondly of the crown, so it surprises me that she would do anything untoward.
She didn't seem like she had any ill intent when she was there.
Seemed
No,
quite
she
kind,
was-
actually.
She was quite friendly. We smoked up together.
Friendly. All right.
She was a redhead.
Yes. With scars.
Yeah,
Nailed
but
it. Mhm.
Prince is a redhead, and the Queen's a redhead. So the fire hair runs strong in that bloodline.
Oh,
you-
shit! He just says that out loud in front of everybody.
the captain looks down at you. Right. Well, this all seems on the up and up, so I am prepared to offer you each one of these, and he will hand over certificates for 5 gold, which can be redeemed from the royal treasury. And do the 3 of you plan on being in attendance tomorrow as well, when the new king makes his speech? We will be on the lookout for her again, and if you are of help, frankly, there's more where that came from.
Yeah, I think we got a shift tomorrow, right?
I suppose so, sure. I just got one question. 5 gold is not that much. Why'd you write us a check?
Think of them like IOUs. I don't just carry around gold, not when I'm authorized to hand it over to citizens.
Oh, I see. Very interesting. I never had one of these before.
Thanks.
Well, now you each do.
And
And
is
I'll know
it-
where that came from.
Is this as good as gold? Can I turn this in money to a shopkeeper or whatnot?
It has the same coin value, although if
Oh
you
my
wish to
gosh,
hold the
paper
physical-
money! Who would have thought?
I lifted 5 gold off of somebody in the freaking merchant square earlier today. This is crazy. That's a certificate for the money.
What was that?
Nothing. Your
All
hair
right.
looks so good.
I don't have hair.
You shine your scales today? It looks the way it's catching the light.
Oh, it's probably just because of the dirt on the armor. Anyways, thank you all for your information. If you are present tomorrow and you do spot her, please alert a city watch.
Oh, well, that should be no problem. It's their frickin' job to do that.
He points at the 2. You're not city watch, you're hired help. There is a difference.
Right,
But-
but that's what I'm saying. Their job is to alert help if something happens.
Indeed. And if you do a good enough job, perhaps City Watch is in your future.
What
Oh,
is
boy.
her current bounty total?
Well, we've only just now spoken to the public about her. I don't have an exact figure off the top of my head. No poster has been drawn up.
So
Oh,
you can't
like an
tell.
even thousand, something like that.
1,000. 1,000.
I mean, you said she's a wanted criminal, so it sounds pretty dangerous.
She is, but infiltration is not the same as. You realize we go after murderers for around 100 to 150, right?
All right, we'll call it 5 and go from there.
How many of those $5 coupons do you have on you right now?
That's official business.
Just saying, if you pay us a little bit of an advance, then we'll try that much harder to find her.
Roll me a persuasion on that.
Okay. Oh,
You'll
why
see
did I
in the corner of your screen, it's as of like that.
All right, 18. He looks in. He will look at his guy, be like, "You didn't see this." "I didn't see it." "All right." And he's gonna hand each one of you one more of those 5 gold certificates.
Aha, another $5.
If I had to guess, her bounty is going to be roughly, I don't know, 60, 80 gold.
All right, well,
Wow.
we can talk details on exactly how much
Well,
she's worth.
For a threat to the crown, just a mere 60. Stingy they are. Well, it's alright, we got 10 already, each.
You do understand that if there were a credible threat to the crown, we wouldn't immediately alert the entire public and issue a large bounty. That would just cause chaos.
I mean, it would get a lot of people looking for her.
You're not wrong there, but that's not up to me.
Alrighty then, I get it. You're just working a job, as many of us are.
Well, if I see you all tomorrow, I hope you either have her in your custody, or we have her and you just go about your day in peace.
Alrighty then, well...
If I see you at all, it's crowded.
You've paid for 2 eyes open, and that's what you'll get.
Great.
Hoping you are also not our imaginations.
As I said before, I am extremely here and real.
Yeah, you might want to check into that, though, because there's all sorts of magic, so people can pop in and out.
He's gonna turn around and just yell out the doorway,
Hey, does everybody out there see and hear me?
and you see like the three tieflings are like, yeah, quiet down. It's a
You're
tavern,
like,
but like shut up.
Taylor's gotta be fucking drunk, guys.
What I'm saying, though, is sometimes there are little warps between the planes and whatnot. That little ram person, if he's impersonating, could have been from the Feywild. It's a real place, I know.
What if
All
it's
right.
your dad?
Enough.
What? My dad?
All right, you two
What,
seem
Dad?
to have been. I don't know if you two are passing around some ashes of Asmodeus tonight or what, but you've got the information. I've got the information. I'm going to go. You have your hallucination together by yourselves. Good night.
Well, have
And
a
he
good
will
night.
Walk away.
I
I
think
don't
he's
think he
on...
was her dad. He's not a goat.
I'm very confused now.
It's all right. You did good, Bo. And he's gonna give him a big clap on the back. It's like, now that's how you negotiate.
Oh,
Now
thank you.
Now I can go and finally afford that more expensive bourbon.
Do you guys want to RP out any more of what the party would do this evening before we go ahead to the following and final day of the coronation?
Since a number of rumors are being addressed, I might wait until I have a moment to pull Henry aside.
Okay.
There's probably some such a moment. Does the Loose Tongue have rentable rooms?
Yes. I
Um,
would say they're not within it, but like they're next door neighbors to like an inn, right? So it's like a symbiotic thing. Yeah.
How much per night, if I may ask? Because I am tracking my gold that I have made quite a lot of today. This is nice.
What's the normal rate for like just a standard inn?
Standard that's not fancy, I think, is in the silver. It's not very much.
Let's call it 5 silver.
Sure.
Okay. I think she starts to depart at one point. Gentlemen, it's been absolutely lovely doing work with you, Bo. Thanks for the pay bump.
Oh,
I'm going
absolutely.
to go rent a room. For the
That
night.
sounded great. I have no place of my own either, so maybe I will join you on going over to the innkeep and seeing if I can get a room.
Sure.
As you pass by on your way out, you will pass by those 3 tieflings again, and the one is just gonna. Oh, you've got a little more of a spring in your step now, Bo. Yeah, know where you're headed?
I know exactly where I'm headed, and I'm high on life. Good night to ya.
Well, all right then. Good night to you too.
Good call on them. They're swindlers, a lot of them.
I didn't see it at all until 8-9 pointed it out. I mean, once he pointed it out, I was like, oh, I see it now, with the tall knee-high boots and everything. I could see that they're ladies of the night, but at the moment I was just thinking that, oh, there's a pretty girl with some nice horns.
Eight Nights got good eyes for those things. It was good that you trusted him.
You all are so smart compared to me. I'm really lucky to be with you. But there is one thing I wanted to address. Well, it's just me and you. I had heard, I think I put together that you're the one I heard this about. I had heard something about that you had accidentally killed a family member or something. And maybe it's just if I'm completely off base here, then please, I am terribly sorry. But I had heard something about that you had accidentally killed the family members through some kind of magic gone wrong or something. Is that true? I mean, no judgment. I honestly have my own problems with magic.
I've heard, actually.
Oh,
It's true in bits and pieces. It wasn't a family member, but something happened anyway.
oh. Well, I'm terribly sorry. I just wanted to know, are you also afflicted with wild magic?
No, is that what you have?
That's what I've got, yeah. I was kind of born with, like, too much magic, you know.
I heard something with a spell centered weirdly.
Oh, you
You're
must have
looking for a
been...
new crew.
You must have been talking with somebody in my old crew, maybe? Yeah, there's, sometimes it doesn't work the way I intend for it to. And, there was this one time I was eavesdropping on somebody and they were speaking in, like, some kind of dragonborn kind of tongue or whatever, and, I was trying to comprehend the languages, so, like, I got this kind of magical sense to do so, even though in my brain I don't really know it. And, I was trying to kind of access that kind of magic, and my crew was there kind of with me, and, well, when I tried to access that magic, it just ended up, creating this kind of confusion around everybody, and everybody started attacking each other. And unfortunately, one of them didn't make it, and it was quite sad, quite upsetting. I was kicked out of the group, and but don't worry, I'm much more careful about my magic now. It won't happen to you, I promise. But, I mean, I'll be really careful, and if I need to use my magic, I'll try to, like, step away. But I definitely don't want that to ever happen again.
In that case, I do want to apologize. I was set on avoiding you when I first spotted you. Hebert tried to introduce us, and I didn't think it wise, but now I'm glad that we did.
Well, I don't think it's wise for anything that he tries to get us to do, so I don't blame you there. But,
he's okay.
No, but I understand that I got a bit of reputation to some people, but to be honest, in some ways, I'm kind of glad that I got a reputation of my own. It's not my dang mother that the people are hearing about, you know? But I wanna make a real name for myself that's good things, not bad things. So I'm hopeful for that. I really am. If you don't mind me asking... Oh, sorry, go ahead.
If anybody tries to compare you, just remember you're not your fucking mother.
Yeah, that's true. If you don't mind me asking, if it's not the wild magic, what are you afflicted with?
Supposed to be mind powers, but they don't work.
Oh, they don't? Do you want them to work, or are you
Not
happy with them being dormant?
I would love for them to never show up.
Oh, okay then.
So despite...
Well, I hope you're not taking too much of a risk being around me. Sometimes I have a way of having magic rub off. So if anything does happen, I truly do apologize.
We'll see. Gambling's fun every now and then anyway.
That it is. That it is. Alrighty then. Well, I didn't mean to bring up bad stuff, and I appreciate you setting the record straight.
Of course.
Hope you have a good night. I'm looking forward to sleeping in one of my modest rooms.
Sleep well, Bo.
And for Azov and 8-9, you guys, as hired security, you probably are allotted like a spot in the barracks in town, if that's where you wish to go, or you have gold if you want something, more comfortable for the night. As long as you're, reporting in the next morning, you're free in your evenings.
I think 8-9 will go for the more comfortable thing because he's probably spent time in the barracks, and it's probably got a particular smell that he doesn't.
They got a reek.
Appreciate.
I think I will also go for something more comfortable. and then slightly painful, and then comfortable again. Ladies! And he's gonna walk over to the table of tieflings like, guess who just got paid?
Oh no.
Drinks!
I want to see the morning after where he tries to pay them with a check.
Redeemable at the Royal Conservatory.
No, you just gotta go to the treasury or something. It's fine. It's fine. It's real. It's real. Just look it up. But yeah, Azov is gonna go find the company of the 3 tiefling girls.
Yeah. All right. Okay. So we fast forward to the morning. Everybody is back there. The crowd and the whatever. We're gonna wrap up here in a moment. So Azov and 89, you're on the same duty. You're at the same gate as you've been assigned to this whole time. If you guys could roll me, we can do passive, but if you want to roll an active perception check, as you're going to be keeping an eye out for this woman throughout the day, we can do those.
Yeah, I think if it's their job to be there, rolling makes sense.
Cool. Okay, 24 for. Those are really good. Okay. So they'd be on guard duty again. Richard, what would Bo be doing on this final day of the coronation?
He's actually going to try the opposite. Rather than going out looking for her, kind of out and about, he's going to try to get her to come to him, and he is going to play his bagpipes in hopes that she spots him and comes over to check in again.
Okay. All right, so instead of a perception, you can give me a performance.
Okay. So Xanathar's says that when you're proficient with a instrument, you get an improved roll over your performance, which I already have proficiency in. Should I do expertise in bagpipes, or should I do like another +1 in bagpipes? I'm not sure how to treat bagpipes. Because I'm already proficient in performance, so I think getting proficient in bagpipes should be like, I think Xanathar says it's vague. It just says an improvement.
Yeah. Can you? So, do you want to copy and paste the wording real quick?
I don't have it in front. I'd have to go dig through the book.
But it's just a vague improvement.
Yeah.
I would say let's do it. Let's do it in advantage.
Okay.
Just that. Yeah.
All right.
Okay, 22. Man, these are some good rolls. Now, are you specifically busking as well as a part of this, or are you just kind of?
I say he'll be busking because he wants to look like he has a purpose there, and he wouldn't mind getting some coin.
Cool. There's I'm just gonna do a quick roll here. There's whatever you're setting out in front of you, a bag, a box, whatever it is. There's 2 gold in it. So
okay.
Yourself 2 more gold. And then Sid, what would Henry be doing on this next day?
Like a very specific job. It's less I'm scoping out like potential marks and more maybe finding a decent vantage point and just surveying the crowd.
Okay. That's we said that. What would your vantage point be? Do you think, are you going for elevation? Are you going for like seclusion? What kind of move are you going for?
Elevation.
Okay. So you can get up, maybe just like on a roof that's overlooking the square.
Mm-hmm. Something close, something out of the way.
All right, yeah. So actually, there was that clock tower that Azov was staring at, or that 8-9 was staring at. Now that would get you, I don't know how high up you want to go in it, but I mean that could get you pretty elevated.
Not that high, because like in the event that she is spotted, there's needing to get to her in a timely manner before she moves on. Mm-hmm. So like maybe like a floor up, maybe 2 floors up.
Okay. And give me your perception roll too, please.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
There is a rat in the tower. There's a rat in the clock tower.
Well, I would say maybe one reason that it's a little harder for Henry is because as you're all kind of scanning, it becomes time for the prince, now new
Jesus.
king,
Does the bell ring?
to come out and yes.
Fuck.
It's noon, I guess we would say, something like that. So boom, boom, bells ringing, and as that 12th one rings, the prince, now king, is going to walk out to give his speech, and of course there's everyone's excited and everyone's turning. So your roles are going to stay your roles, but we'll say that that's still including kind of the busyness that's going to be happening now. As the king comes out and he walks toward the end now with his crown, and he just puts his hands up for everybody to quiet down. Yes. Hello, citizens of Teleport. I suppose I don't need to introduce myself, but you all know me. I am King now, King Arterian Shore. And as per tradition, I'm here to make a royal decree to all of you. And, well, to be honest, I don't know if there's much to say because I've spent my life being a man of the people. So many of you already know me, and I've enjoyed so many of your company as I've grown up and learned of the ways of ruling. And as such, I've come to realize that as ceremonious and as important and as much as I've looked forward to a day like this, doesn't quite feel the way I thought it would, standing up in front of all of you giving this speech. And so as my first royal decree, and he's going to start reaching up toward his crown, I am abdicating my throne, and he's going to take the crown off, which leaves my uncle Rayland next in line as your new king, and he's going to set the crown down on the railing of the balcony, and I will return to you all still as a man of the people. And then he's going to turn and walk back inside, and there are the same expression Artem's got right now. That is the expression of basically everybody up on that balcony with him. You can do some rolls if you want, but there are shocked looks across the board. Yeah, there's a lot of boos from the crowd. There's a lot of people are beside themselves. They can't believe it. This is crazy. Well, how could he do that? If anybody wants to roll as far as the reactions from people up top, you can real quick. We're gonna wrap up in a second here.
Perception?
Mm-hmm.
Or insight.
Or insight, if you're looking for any one particular person, maybe.
Oh shoot, I kept my advantage on. I'm sorry. That's a 4.
Okay.
Yes, this character also needs glasses.
Okay. Yeah, it seems like general shock from everybody up there on the balcony, including Rayland here. He also just he goes from a stern look to a very like eyes go pretty wide, just like what I can't believe, he's almost looking very disapprovingly at his nephew walking away. He looks toward his sister, it would be his sister-in-law, the Queen Regent. She's equally confused. She's walks forward and picks up the crown and is just staring at him, staring down at the crowd, and just, all right, let's everyone please calm down. And it is in that moment, as the crowd is getting the most excited and most confused about what's happening, that 8-9, you rolled the highest perception check. You spot you did, right? Am I wrong? Well, you and Azov were pretty close.
Azov got the same.
We got the exact same.
24 and 21.
Oh, the earlier one.
15 and 15.
Oh, that roll was for scanning the people on the balcony. I'm going by the earlier one when you were looking at the crowd.
Oh.
Okay.
But you are at the same you are guarding the same gate, so 8-9 spotting it, Azov will be the first one also be alerted. But yeah, as you can imagine, you spot who you would expect to spot, that red-headed scarred woman, and you see her. The crowd is chaotic. People don't know what to do, and she seems to be walking very, very determined, sort of against the flow of the crowd, out of the square. And that's where we will stop for tonight.
Get her!
Alrighty.
Eldritch Blast.
Yeehaw.
Hexblade.
Alrighty. Well, that's
It's the start of a new campaign.
Yeah.
Yep.
And
Let's
after
go,
those
let's
hiccups
go.
at the beginning, luckily, my computer decided to cooperate.
Bold choice to start your campaign without any dick monsters, but I respect it.
I mean, I don't know. Apparently, I got to write a whole bunch of lore about the severed dick now. So
The
there you
severed.
go.
Really, you should have thought of that beforehand. What
It's
were
true,
you doing?
actually. It's us, you know.
I mean, you were the one bringing up his legs and stuff, so what about his third leg?
What about? Damn it!
That's fair.
Also, everybody's talking about the dick. What about the balls?
Whoa!
Together.
Where did the balls go? There they are.
Oh man.
Gonna
Some
make him into
dude
a-
is like, this is a really strange formation of islands.
Why are they
if-
spongy?
Isn't that
If you
like
collect-
a Greek thing?
If you collect all 3, you can have a wish granted.
That's what I heard. That's what I heard.
Oh man. All right. So, Artem, we have you next week or no?
Yeah, well, I'm going to take us out. Thank you all for watching. Bye,
All right. Bye, everybody.
stream.
We have more coming.